Oh, I got tears in my eyes. I got fucking chills going down my spine. What the fuck is this? One word. Magnificent. What's going on, guys? It's the motherfucking kid. Here we are again with Moor Mother. So obviously I know Moor Mother from Brass, and I did get a chance to listen to More Jewelry, but that album wasn't really my vibe. So we're gonna see how this plays out. I see a lot of the features on here, and I'm already like digging it. You know, Lucid, Pink Sifu. Before I begin, I do want to say I'll be releasing my single out this month. This is basically the cover for the project. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe and be on the lookout for that.
On top of the graves of gods. This place. And we know what you think about God. You paint yourself. This place. How I had to fight. And how I had to cover up my own face and carry my mother, your mother, her mother, this place. This place, I know it, I think it's mine. This place. Because it's got my eyes, my crooked smile.
Yo, I got tears in my eyes. I got fucking chills going down my spine. What the fuck is this? I love the beginning when it's like, we all know what you think about God walking around the land like monsters. I see how you painted yourself in your image and your gender, this place, because who would believe you? After all the madness, you knew how many times it took me to get here. What the fuck, bro? Why is she speaking as if she's some fucking an ethereal spirit before a physical being, you know? This place is a gathering of bones. The mother is in my womb. I fucking love when she's like, I carried the mother, I carried your mother. It's a great introduction into the album. Like, this place, so it's so mystical. It's a fucking, it's its own thing.
Deep reps, that's the core, the renewal of the mind. I float these orange steps. On the body, flesh in my flesh. Spirit counter time, never press. No commandment, just suggest. Free expression, no less open. When the rhymes don't connect. Complete thought is a mind in motion. Wise enough the rest. I close my eyes but never slept. Stare with your chest. Exhale from the gut, give it up. Release the voluntary. I put the vessel what my conscience tell me.
It was necessary. Mind fresh out of solitary confinement. Escape the fangs and microchips and realignment. Kill myself assignment. Heart exchange. Can't be responsible for all the blood pumping in the yard. It ain't a heart.
Damn, this lucid verse is so spiritual. It feels like a meditation, and like the vocabulary that he's invoking, especially in the beginning, it feels like he's not really talking about anything but breathing and describing his body, himself, but it's so specific in its detail and like strong. It's very beautiful and poetic. Homesick stars find their way back to the killing fields, begging no pardons, let it spill. So apparently this place in Encyclopedia of the Black Era, this place, you know, it's supposed to be this exhibit of what black can be, an Afrofuturism. So I really like that Lucid ends his verse with that, going back to the killing fields, begging no pardon, let it spill. Homesick stars, like you in the back, you came from violence and you want to go back to the killing fields. Don't ask for forgiveness, you know, don't ask for mercy. There's this strong like, never forget, don't forget what they did, you know. We're not gonna forgive. I love that part of when he's like, release involuntary, I'm but a vessel, what my conscience tell me, rise and fall of the belly. This whole fucking verse, Lucid verse, is really fucking beautiful. I want to have it printed. It's is amazing. Like, just talking about breathing, involuntary breath. I'm just a vessel. What my conscience tell me. Fucking shit, bro. Moor Mother's verse, it has a little bit more historical context. If Lucid is focusing on like the inner struggle, Moor Mother's more focusing on the outer, the exterior, very much mentioning like contemporary shit like Wuhan, but also like the Confederacy, like the vocabulary is very different from Lucid's very internal monologue. It's a fucking great duality right here. This is a fucking great song. Especially when you read into it, it's fucking amazing.
You send them to Iraq, 21 gun salutes. That's who their mother gets back. We don't receive no cancer, but hate cancer spread. Like poltergeist, and history said, it's the same as Ebola, right? It repeats itself. Now they say it's the corona, right? The lies they spread.
Okay, so this verse is kind of iffy. I don't know if there's some corona denial right here. And also, like, and the disease spread like poltergeist. That line is very whack. I'm not gonna lie. When I heard it, I was just like instinctually was like, what? That's so fucking stupid. But then he like follows it up with this like COVID conspiracy type of shit. Like, it's the same as Ebola, right? It repeats itself. Now they say it's the corona, right? The lies they spread. What lies? That it's the same as the Ebola? Because Ebola panic was kind of like overplayed, but like coronavirus actually has a lot of people dead when you look at the numbers. So there's no like, comparison there. Unless you're saying the people that lied were the ones that were comparing it to Ebola, but that is a very small percentage. It makes more sense that he's saying that they're lying as to how severe COVID is, and that's just like really fucking stupid to me. You could argue otherwise. You could have your own opinion. I think I'm gonna stick with mine though. Like I've seen it. I've seen the impact personally. I can read the data on it. It's real. What the fuck are you talking about? What are the lies that they spread? What does that mean?
I cannot lose. I felt the blues. I know the rules.
This reminds me a lot of like Pink Seafood, her flow right here. I don't know. There's not gonna be any complaints here from Mother's performance. She fucking killed it for sure. But that feature was definitely iffy. Thinking about it, I feel like there's a lot of substantive critiques of the coronavirus response that you could have. You could say that the government didn't do enough to help people, and like it shouldn't be allowed to be that invasive of a shutdown if they're not being helped. There's very substantive, valid critiques that you could level against the virus, but they weren't. And if you say they were, then I think you're reaching a little bit, and I would have to like have it clarified more. But yeah, definitely probably like a weaker song. Without that feature would have been really good though, just totally different from all the other shit.
My responsibility to the earth, to the hurt. I rework self-determination. Shoot out mine, we wrote our lives, rise up from the past. Our future sway with that ass. Guess we Osiris and Cali now. We rise up, who gon' hold us down? Black fist and golden crown, Asian sound. They can't hold us down. Shake, shake, shake. They are afraid of me.
Got nigga watch away. Gotta stop trying to carry all the pain. One glass big enough to carry all the rain. Can't be afraid to drown when the flood comes. Know the steady flow better than a lump sum. Piling up your plate and your bum. Under stress, got too much pain. Open up my arms underneath the rain. Same as it feel as the music playing. Trying to know my day, I let it wash away. Shake, 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 shake. Shake, 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 shake away. Shake away. Shake away. Shake away. Shake away.
Magnificent. One word. Magnificent. The fucking chorus. The verses. That fucking sample. Was it that Figaro sample? It's like an Italian sample of like an opera. I might be wrong, but it's fucking beautiful. Oh, it's so fucking magnificent. It's bon appetit. The beginning of More Mother's verse to gather in a circle, my purpose, my collective work. Yeah, here we go. My responsibility to the earth, to the hurt. I rework self determination. It's so nurturing, so motherly. Like gather around my children. Let me tell you about my my experiences. It's about the earth. It's about taking care of the people that are hurt. It's fucking beautiful. Like this shit. They put the pain on me. They put the shame on me. Like take it and make it into something beautiful. That's what More Mother's intended purposes, according to this. It's a really beautiful sentiment and beautiful song, top notch.
Daddy weapon slept in his own tears. Laying red, nappy head, proud as fuck. Watermelon in the pickup truck, aka the wagon. Headed downtown, my art like before Europeans had apples. Then this land has snakes, carbon copy fakes. We all made mistakes.
Black shit, black shit, black shit. On some black shit, black shit. Got jeans in my veins, bitch. This that Henrietta. Black shit. Hit my collar, hit my collar, black shit. Eat my dollars, black shit. Spend my dollars, black shit. That talk back is like with that black dog, black shit. Eat my dollars, black shit.
That shit was like intensely black. Like if I was blasting it, I would be racially profiled. If they didn't see who I was, they'd be like, "Oh, that's a black person." I fucking love that. The incorporation of Beef Fly. Is that her name? She was great. She killed it. It's like an energy that's like very well accepted and it fits like perfectly and like around everything else.
It's Dollar Tree, capitalistic love mama cannot breathe. This reality's
You're the nightmare next door. Power shoot just a minute. Heard all the news, they coming. Product of it, fire, niggas bugging. Niggas bugging, fucking waking up inside. Tight on the face, no head, looking airtight. Be winning, you can't tell what we get. You don't know what you get, relax. Night terrors creep from the cracks. Run into the bath, I know.
Since the paranoia very heavy with like the very specific bars that they say, like More Brothers, like, "Oh, you're the nightmare next door," and Pink Sifu also mentions like questioning his neighbor. Makes me wonder if like they're thinking of each other. It's interesting to say the least. I think I expected something else different, especially with these two names attached to something. And they definitely subverted it. I don't think I like the subversion, but it's something.
This that rock, big dog, this that beef. Everybody rock. We all want a little piece. The lamb cry, lamb die. And brought Jesus to the feast. Ain't been asleep for a week.
Reminds me of the trial, the Franz Kafka shit, where like he's getting tried and he doesn't really know what the fuck is happening. I wonder if there was any inspiration behind that, like that aligned with that. Just because it's very vague, why are they looking for me? I ain't seen shit, I ain't seen shit, I don't know shit. But they still want you, this, that, Ronald McDonald, this, that, beef. The paranoia is still here, it's heavy. I think this one's too short to really like too much, but it's really cool. I like the portrait that it paints within the minute. I wish it would have delved deeper, had the chorus come back one more time, expanding it to like 2 minutes. It could have been 2 minutes out. Oh my god, bro, she said water can't get wet like this. Oh my fucking god. Fucking the gall on this song. It's so like Kendrick-esque. it's aggressive. It's like it's feeling herself so well. It's so confident.
Water don't get wet like this. I thought I caught I had to fall away. Now I'm back at it, let the mother say.
Rogue waves, they're these fucking waves that are enormous. They're made out of anomalies that usually happen. Where current goes a certain way and it hits another current, and then like those two collide and it creates a wave that goes another direction, and that makes like a huge wave. Or like it could be like earthquakes in the water that like collide with each other. It has to be like certain stuff that's not like normal. But those waves are fucking huge. I think they're like 200 feet or something like that. They're fucking crazy. Waves are like in hair too. It's really cool that the track is all about style. It's all about like feeling herself. Like, bitch, you can't do it like me type of shit. I really can't. Like you can't do it like her.
She said, put all the bad things away. I see us coming out of hate. I see us coming out of days. I see us coming out of fear. But when we listen, we don't hear. But when the bomb drops, we all fear. This year, next year, same year. Fuck what you heard, I'm right here.
Push this car bars.
Your mama's baby, your mama's mama, your sister, your grandma, your great sister. Run into the sun, say.
Okay, I feel heavy like female Avengers energy right here. In More Mother's verses, there's this like person ad libbing her shit, but she's singing it top notch, perfect. Keep doing what you're doing.
They built the floor, the ceiling is irrelevant. We want more for the betterment of our whole. Mama holds us close so they can't hold us. Oh, wisdom knows us well. She pulls the fitness, their valor. Their spirit is ours. Your mama's baby, your mama's mama, your sister.
And More Mother has about how like, but when the bomb drop, we all fear this year, next year, same year. Fuck what you heard. I'm right here, same place since I've been here. A lot of the issues that people discuss sometimes your whole life without needing to know certain information, about socialites or celebrities. I'm not saying abolish celebrities. I think that's kind of cringe in its own right. But and issues don't really matter to a person that is living under oppression in a way, or focused on other issues that the majority doesn't deal with. Like that in the chorus too, when it's saying your mama's baby, your mama's mama, your sister, your auntie's sister, your grandma, your great gram, your nana's sister. They made a circle out of sage and gold. It's got like very feminine energy, but it's like some witchcraft shit, maybe pagan. If you want to say that, like, they're witches in a sense. Like it's very females only type of club, and they're the ones that are conjuring the spirituality, the magic, keeping you safe. The last verse might be my favorite, I think, because it elaborates more onto the idea that of what the track is trying to be. I think More Mother, it was a little too vague, but like it does have its own bars. I think the third verse, it elaborates more. Each generation heals from trauma a little more. They set the score, the precedent. They built the floor. The ceiling is irrelevant. We want more for the betterment of our whole. Mom holds us close so they can't hold us. Old wisdom knows this well. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm just gonna put it right here. But it's very beautiful. Like, talking about the mother again. Very symbolic, and it's very cool the execution that everyone in this track was female.
Lay down, lay down, lay down. Your sickness, lay down, your lay down a memory, memory. Men be mine
I just want to be held and told everything's gonna be okay right now. That shit reminds me of that track, Many Hands on Center Get Ready. This shit is so fucking powerful and like a psychedelic experience almost. Like it's a it's a fucking trip. Something you put on and like just meditate to. It's fucking dope. Shit felt like it was rocking me, like nurturing me, telling me everything was gonna be fine. Some of these words are not fucking good. Like when you think about them, it's like um forget your memories, let go of the memories, and like see you on the other side. Feels like it's rocking you not to sleep but to death. Like it's telling you it's gonna be all right, and then you just fucking die. This is very powerful. Is perhaps the the most powerful piece of poetry on the album so far. I think the intro, it reminds me of this one a lot, and like the aesthetics, kind of like taking what Arm & Hammer do and pushing it a little bit more to the feminine side, like and further on that perspective. It's really cool. Like it's psychedelic rap, but it's very cryptic and super substantive, super black heavy. It's all in that like Arm & Hammer vein. It's fucking dope, brilliant. And these lyrics are really fucking tripping me out. It's like giving me a head trip. Breaking the future horizon, maintaining the future of our hopes, creating new multiple space times that will provide the progress arrow pointing toward our future. A deeply poignant person in time, you must measure them. The clock is for one to use, not the other way around. Clock time is the measurement that collapses all temporal possibilities into an arrow, into another arrow when, and then it fucking distorts itself. It's like some messenger comes in and is trying to tell you like the secret of the universe, and they're like, write this shit down, I'm telling you everything, and then they like suck them back. Like, wait, finish what you were saying.
No more master's clock. Reach out, space marine. What the fuck you saying? Fuck you saying? We kept the ghosts in the air. I couldn't scream or shout. Yeah, your body's here, but your mind's on mine, and your memory's faded, and your heart flatlined. That's the dead clock. It's God, and I'm too fucking high. Yeah, I cried with angels, and I was lost, man.
And the visuals of this, I fucking love the religious ones where it starts distorting the religious shit. I think this video could be shown in the museum. It's like really dope. Every frame of this, every time they switch it to another thing, it's like, oh, this is a different piece in itself. Like that other one with the pink seafood, they said that it was like an art a film too, and that I could tell on this heavy. I was like, this is fucking an art film. Like they got some real art director do this shit. I like the mention of clocks too, especially with the track that came before it, talking about how time doesn't work for you, like it works the other way around or some shit. It also reminds me of Pink Seafood's Negro. Like there's this sentiment of like, oh, this is who I am, like that, but I'm gonna be so aggressive about it. Like it's aggressively black. Like I'm not on the master's clock. I'm on it's Zamani time. I'm not sure who Zamani is.
Then fought the kitchen clock, and the master's clock, and the work clock, and the God clock, and the tax clock, and the witch clock. You ain't gonna fight me. You ain't gonna fight me. I already fought the doomsday clock. It's democracy. You ain't gonna fight no more.
El dance of la muerte, like fucking such resignation in this shit. Alright, so this shit really lives in its own space and time. I love that it talks about like this type of ideas. You know, it creates its own reality. It really does like inspire growth. It pushes boundaries in its fucking own ways. You know, it reminds me a lot of Flying Lotus's "You're Dead," especially that ending, like the resignation. Is definitely the complete polar opposite of the ending of "You're Dead," but it just reminds me of that. Like it is, it's time to go. You know, and it's like, okay, fuck it, I'ma die. You know, and it's like just dancing, but like the way she's doing it, it combines it with what I would say is like intellectual rap. So these tendencies that IDM tends to use, especially with the last track and Tarot, also the beginning, it feels like it's conjuring like a spell, and it like maintains itself within it, that circle, you know, and like it lives in this weird world. It reminds me like of Lost, you know, like you're in this fucking island, just like living in this fucking self-contained shit. There's always been albums that live in self-contained stuff, but I don't think like a lot of underground rap right now is doing that much, or not in this way, which I would consider like very Arm and Hammer cryptic rap. Milo kind of creates his own places, and obviously Bus Driver was the originator of that shit. But you know, besides that, you know, who else was really doing that shit? Doom, you know, this shit would have to be like an 8.9 or like a 9 for me. This shit is super fucking solid. I love it. The only problem with it is like certain parts they could be longer, and certain parts are too cryptic, perhaps, where I feel like I have to reach to pull certain stuff. Also, that one verse about like the COVID shit, it was too vague for me to pull anything positive from it. So it's just like a very bad stain on the album for me. But yeah, it's a solid piece of work.